What's up guys, Mickle here, and after a very exciting start to the automated market maker, it's now offline. In this video, we're going to talk about what happened to the automated market maker, how bad is this for the future of the XRP ledger, what do I think this means going forward for the automated market maker. Guys, in this video, I want to show you what I think about this entire situation, give you my suggestions on how this needs to be fixed going forward. Guys, I have some very important points to make here that I think you are definitely going to want to see, so make sure to stick around for this whole thing. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes the videos and is subscribed to my channel. These two things really do help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, let's jump right into the video, and I want to start off and just briefly go over the situation. So essentially last night, Ripple X put out a tweet saying that there's been some discrepancies in the automated market maker pools, and because of that, the front end application should stop allowing users from depositing into the AMMs and only allow them to withdraw. Essentially saying, stop using the AMM for now and withdraw your funds if you need to make sure they're safe. Now, the most important thing to take away from this is there's nothing wrong with the XRP ledger. That is very, very important. We have seen blockchains all over the place crashing, needing to be restarted, freezing up. That has not happened to the XRP ledger here. This seems to only be an issue with the automated market maker, which is good because, right, this would be a much, much bigger issue if it was causing some catastrophic event on the XRP ledger itself. Now, the other thing I want to say here is this is the reason why on this channel I have been so cautious in being the first one to use the automated market maker, to jump right into it and be the first one to add liquidity to the automated market maker. I have said on this channel repeatedly, right, I just don't see the reward in doing that, right? I don't think you're going to make generational wealth from being a week early on everyone else using the same system. The automated market maker is going to be a very powerful tool going into the future and is going to be very important. But being the first person to use it really doesn't get you anything other than a bunch of risk like we're seeing right here. Now, overall, do I think this is catastrophic for the XRP ledger? Do I think this is catastrophic for the AMM going forward? No, absolutely not. Now, I don't think it's necessarily a great look, but what we've seen before is these things in the short term, right, tend to generate a lot of FUD, tend to generate a lot of eyeballs. And when you look at it over the long term, you kind of question whether or not it was actually good for attention rather than it being so bad in terms of the negative technical development. I'll just give you a quick example of exactly what I'm talking about, and that would be the Cybertruck, right? At the time the Cybertruck was launched, Elon broke the window and it generated all this media FUD and everyone's saying, oh, this is a tank of a launch, blah, 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 blah. And it turned out to be the best marketing campaign on earth. So I'm not saying that exact same thing is happening here at all, right? But I do want to make it clear, right? This is going to get fixed. Ripple's going to solve this. And ultimately, it's just getting more eyeballs on the XRP ledger AMM. I see more people than ever before talking about how the AMM works, how they can contribute, what they can do to help this fix. So overall, I don't think it's catastrophic in the slightest. I don't think it's a great look overall that they're pushing features that weren't properly vetted. You can assign that blame to anyone else. The main takeaway here is, right, how do we prevent this from happening in the future? How do we better vet these features? And I'm going to talk about that later in the video, and I'm going to share with you my suggestions, but also just to get the AMM back and running and up to its full potential. Now, I wanted to show you this real quick. I thought it was kind of funny. XRP's price obviously didn't care about this AMM bug at all. It's actually up since the AMM bug was discovered. So that's XRP for you, right? We get all this bullish news throughout the entire year. XRP's going down. Now we get some of the worst news for the XRP ledger we have seen in a while. The price is going up. It's so silly sometimes to try to be analyzing things that happen in the market and applying it to XRP's price. XRP's price seems to have a mind of its own. And I just wanted to point this to your guys' attention because I think a lot of people are just kind of making this seem like a bigger deal than it actually is. XRP's price is rallying on the news, funny enough. Not that I think these small movements are really much other than noise, but just something funny to take into account. The other thing I wanted to show you is that the automated market maker was having massive success before the bug was found. Essentially, the biggest automated market maker out there right now is Uniswap, and it took Uniswap about 3 months to get $1.5 million in USD locked into the Uniswap liquidity pools. Now, the XRP automated market maker did this in one day, less than one day, right? So the automated market maker, despite having some bugs in it, was gaining wide scale adoption. It was performing phenomenally. It was gaining so much TVL. So it's important to note, right, that the automated market maker was off to a hot start. It was performing great. It was greatly outperforming one of the top automated market makers on the market in Ethereum, which is an ecosystem that is massive in DeFi. So the automated market maker was looking really, really good, right? And it was off to a really hot start. Unfortunately, this bug came around to slow things down, but there's no doubt in my mind that that's going to be fixed. I think the most important thing that I was taking away from this, right, was that the automated market maker clearly has a large demand on the XRP ledger. Clearly, a lot of people wanted to utilize the automated market maker, which I believe is kind of the biggest thing we need to be paying attention to. Obviously, if the automated market maker is not going to work properly, that's an issue. But it would be an even bigger issue if there was no demand for it, if no one wanted to use it, if it was pointless. What we are seeing is that the automated market maker has the demand. People want to use the automated market maker. We just need to get it working to its full functionality. Now, something else I quickly wanted to point out that I think kind of needs to be addressed with regards to the automated market maker is one of the issues we saw on launch is there's no good stablecoin to use on the XRP ledger for the automated market maker. The only thing we have is GateHub's USDC token, which is kind of a double issued thing, right? It's not actually their token, it's Circle's, and then Circle issues it. So it's just a little bit convoluted. I think Ripple needs to figure out the stablecoin situation on the XRP ledger. And I have some very interesting news in regards to that later in the video, but that was one of my takeaways, right? Ripple needs to figure out this stablecoin issue on the XRP ledger. I've said in my videos countless times that I believe there are large institutions ready to issue stablecoins on the XRP ledger. I mean, you have central banks looking to work with Ripple to issue stablecoins. You have large institutions. You have massive money transmitters. So we see large institutions wanting to build stablecoins on the XRP ledger, but so far they haven't showed up, right? So whether or not those players are coming in the future, which I fully think they are, I think large institutions are going to be issuing their own deposits on the XRP ledger for sure. I've talked about that ad nauseum. There's no stable coin now in the short term that kind of bridges the gap from when those institutions get there. So whether it's Circle issuing their USDC token, whether it's Ripple issuing their own XRP stable coin on the XRP ledger, right? I just think something needs to happen in the interim to allow users of the XRP ledger network to have access to a premium stable coin. And then when the big institutions come in and issue their own deposits, which like I said, I believe is fully going to happen, but I still think we need something in the interim to get us to that point. Now, the other takeaway I have from this is that I think the XRP ledger could benefit from a canary network. A canary network is essentially a copy of the chain where essentially features are put on first to test in a real world environment in order to make sure, right, bugs like this don't happen. A great example of this is Songbird and Flare. Whenever they want to implement a new feature to the Flare network, they implement it on Songbird first, test out the feature, make sure the feature doesn't break anything, and then put it on Flare once they know it works. I think this is a great way to do it because then everyone knows on Songbird, right? Things might not work properly, you're accepting that risk. But then the features can get vetted out on Songbird, make sure they work, make sure there's no bugs. So when it goes over to Flare, right, everything is working 100% and there's not issues like we saw with the automated market maker. I think the XRP ledger could really benefit from something like this. Obviously, right, we haven't seen that to date. You could say the Zhao network could kind of act like that, but I just think it is such a simple thing to implement that could prevent issues like this from happening in the future. Now, with all that said, I think Ripple honestly already has a lot of this figured out because I actually tweeted out at David Schwartz and said, hey, if you can't get Circle to issue USDC on the XRP ledger, why don't you just have Ripple issue their own XRP ledger stablecoin? How hard could it be? You just take in money from people who want to deposit dollar issuances on the XRP ledger, hold it in a bank account, and boom, you have a trusted party issuing a stablecoin on the XRP ledger, right? It's not that hard. Honestly, if I had the funds to do it, I would love to start my own stablecoin business on the XRP ledger. It would be simple, right? You just take people's deposits and issue a centralized dollar pegged coin on the XRP ledger. It's the easiest business model on earth. Now, I don't have the reputation, I don't have the funds to do any of that, but Ripple does. They could do that tomorrow. Now, what's so promising is David Schwartz actually liked this tweet. So I have a feeling, right, Ripple does have stablecoin plans. Ripple does have a plan to address this issue. We just haven't seen it yet, and I'm just trying to apply some pressure to get that going. Now, a long time ago, David Schwartz did talk about a decentralized stablecoin on the XRP ledger, which I believe is the holy grail of all stablecoins. If Ripple could actually create a decentralized stablecoin on the XRP ledger, I really do believe that's the holy grail of the entire cryptocurrency market. A decentralized stablecoin that works properly, not like Terra Luna, could be one of the biggest wins we have seen in crypto in a very long time. Now, there might be some issues around that politically because of the Terra Luna collapse, but overall, we just need a stablecoin on the XRP ledger to use in the interim while these big governments and big institutions are building out their own infrastructure, building out their own compliance to actually make these things happen. So with all that said, I want to close out this video with some closing thoughts. The automated market maker was on the path to be a massive success, right? It was outperforming Uniswap, one of the biggest automated market makers out there. It was getting a lot of traction. It was getting a lot of eyeballs. People were depositing large amounts of money. It was building up liquidity. Everything was looking great. Obviously, we got this unfortunate bug that's going to have to be fixed, but I think a lot of people are overreacting. It's not that catastrophic, guys. It will get fixed and will come back stronger and better than it was before. I believe this is just a short-term hiccup on a long road to success. This is why you always need to be cautious with things like this. This is why I was personally saying, don't be the first one to use it. Wait and see what happens. I do think we can learn a lot from this situation. I really do think everyone in the community now has a better grasp on what needs to be done in the future to prevent this from happening, which is the most important thing we can learn from any of this. And the last thing I really need to say is, guys, there are blockchains like Solana that go down on a daily basis, right? The XRP ledger is still fully functioning. There was one small bug in a new feature that wasn't catastrophic for any of the value on the network. These are the most important things we need to take away from this. Overall, I do think this is going to get fixed. Overall, I do think the automated market maker is going to be a massive success. And overall, I think this is a great lesson to the community that, hey, let's get more eyeballs on the XRP ledger. Let's look for new features to prevent this from happening again. But these things will get fixed. We will continue on. And there's no doubt in my mind that it's just going to come back stronger than ever before. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.